Nicolas AbouAssaly is serving his first term as Marion's mayor. He was appointed to Marion City Council in June 2013 to fill a 6-month vacancy in Ward 4. He was reelected to the position the following November, and he was elected mayor in November of 2015. Mr. AbouAssaly is a partner at the Simmons, Marion Mayor Bergman law firm in Cedar Rapids and is very active in the Marion community. Prior to serving on the City Council, Mr. AbouAssaly was a member of the Planning and Zoning Commission, the Uptown Marion, Iowa Main Street Community Board of Directors, and numerous community committees. Please welcome Mayor Nicolas AbouAssaly.
Thank you. Wow, look at this crowd. It actually reminds me of Sunday dinner with my family. Thank you all for being here. And thank you to the League of Women Voters and the Marion East Rotary Club for hosting this event today. Before I begin my remarks, I would like to take a moment to recognize some special guests. If there are any former mayors here, I know I saw Vic, and I just want to recognize our former mayors. We have 6 of them in the community, and they've been very supportive of me in this endeavor, and you know, their continued leadership role in our community is greatly appreciated. And our visiting elected officials, who I think were welcomed earlier. I'm pleased to see you here. We're all in this together, and we need to work together to grow our region and build on the great quality of life that we have here. And the school boards and superintendents who are here, thank you for being here. You're an essential part of what makes Marion special and an attractive place for families and businesses, and a big part of our success. We thank you for your partnership and the excellent work you do. And I'd like to ask all the city council members, city manager Lon Flacon, and all the city employees who are here to please stand. We could not ask for a better team of people to work with. They're talented, they're hardworking, they're smart. These dedicated professionals are our greatest asset. They work day in and day out to make Marion the best that it can be. And those of you who volunteer your time and serve on city boards and commissions, if you're here, please stand. Anyone? Okay. There are more than 100 volunteers working to make Marion a stronger community who serve on these boards and commissions. And I want to thank them for their service to Marion. I've often said that when you look around, this community is largely run by volunteers. Many of the things that make a difference in our lives are done by volunteers, from nonprofit boards and organizations that serve a variety of needs, to special community events and cultural activities. You know this, volunteers make a huge impact on the quality of life here. So I want to personally thank every individual who in any way gives back to the community through volunteer efforts. Thank you. And we need to especially thank one particular volunteer who was recognized last fall as Marion's Citizen of the Year, Michelle Wilson. Please join me in thanking Michelle for her countless hours of community service that helped her earn this recognition. And lastly, I'd like to just recognize my wife, Christiane, who's here. When you make a decision to take on this position, it affects your family. You make a decision for your entire family, and she's been a tremendous support. Thank you, Christiane. I'll begin my remarks with a story. 40 years ago, a young boy boarded an airplane in a faraway country, uprooted by war and instability, and leaving behind everything familiar to him, his home, his neighborhood, school and friends, and extended family. He was only 9 years old, and along with his brother and sister, who weren't much older, he traveled halfway across the globe to join his parents and other siblings in starting a new life and pursuing the American dream in their new hometown of Marion, Iowa. The fear and chaos they left behind were replaced by uncertainty and tremendous change. But with that change came hope and promise of new opportunities for a better future. Little did the young boy realize at that time that he would grow to love Marion so much that he would commit himself to doing whatever he could to see it prosper. And that his greatest opportunity and privilege would be the honor of someday serving as its mayor. So it's with great humility and gratitude to God and this community that I stand before you today, addressing you as the mayor of the city of Marion. When my family arrived in Marion, the city's population was under 20,000. Fast forward to today, and we've doubled in size. Just as my family found better opportunities here, many other families have found great opportunities here. There's no doubt that Marion has experienced tremendous growth. We all see it, and it seems to be just the beginning. The positive energy and forward momentum we're experiencing now is hard to miss. It's truly an exciting time for Marion. Officially, our city has just over 36,000 residents, but there are hundreds of new families that are not yet accounted for, and more are moving here all the time. I know, I met all of them during my campaign. I love talking about this, you all know, but I wish I had counted the number of times I heard the words, "We recently moved here." I heard it over and over and over again. And that energized me to keep going and knocking on more doors and meeting more people. In fact, we're conducting a special partial census this year, counting new residents in targeted high-growth neighborhoods to gain more accurate population figures that will help us receive our fair share of road use tax dollars and local option sales tax dollars. Even without the census, we already know that we live in one of the fastest growing and one of the youngest cities in Iowa. We've grown by more than 37% since the year 2000. 50% of our population is under the age of 40, and 1 in 4 residents are under the age of 18. But people of all ages are moving here for a variety of reasons, creating the need for additional housing and commercial development. As you drive around Marion, you can see new subdivisions sprouting up seemingly overnight. In fiscal year 2015 alone, we added 243 new residential units. And our shortage in senior housing is being addressed currently with 2 new senior housing projects under construction on Blair's Ferry Road that will add a combined 137 units of affordable rental units for people 55 and older. Why are people moving to Marion? Simply put, we have a very special place here. Small town character, neighbors who know each other and lend a hand, great schools, safe neighborhoods, historic uptown that is becoming a cultural and entertainment hub, many parks and trails, high quality city services, and a good quality of life. People recognize that Marion is a place where they can achieve their personal goals for themselves, their families, and their businesses. The increased interest in our community and the list of accolades and recognitions speak for themselves. There have been a string of them in the past few years, and in 2015 alone, Wallet Hub selected Marion the 20th best small city in America. We landed on the list of top 10 most livable cities for adults 50 and older, according to AARP's Livability Index. And NerdWallet put Marion among the top 10 best places for homeownership in Iowa. Marion is growing and changing. These are facts we can't deny or escape. And while growth is positive in many ways, it can also present challenges. So we're working smarter with thoughtful planning to be part of the solutions to those challenges, working to accommodate and direct the growth in a manner that minimizes negative impacts on our citizens' quality of life, and identifying the opportunities to enhance our quality of life and ensure the prosperity of our city well into the future. We're improving ourselves in how we do things. I have and will continue to urge our city and our citizens to set lofty goals and set higher standards, to believe that Marion deserves more than what is simply good enough, and to strive in everything we do to achieve the best for our city and its citizens. Our goal is nothing less than to be the best place in the Midwest to raise a family and grow a business. How will we reach this goal? Well, it begins with the City Council and our staff. Several months ago, our council met to discuss our core organizational values, the ways in which we as a city will conduct business. We came to this list: fiscal responsibility and stewardship, leadership, professionalism, knowledge and evidence-based decision-making. Decision-making not based on speculation or personal opinion, but on facts and verifiable evidence and what's in the best interest of the community. Trust, honesty, transparency, extra effort. I was raised on the notion that a little extra effort determines success. Respect for each other, even in our difference of opinion. Accountability and responsibility, dependability, fairness, and teamwork. I'm proud of our City Council and staff as they are committed to leading our community with these fundamental values as our guide. And we engage annually in strategic planning to identify key objectives that provide the foundation and guiding principles for the budgets and the work plans for the individual city departments. One area where we're always working to better ourselves is community engagement and communication with the citizens of Marion. I spoke earlier about challenges and opportunities. We can't effectively address our challenges as a community or hope to achieve consensus on future direction if we aren't operating on the same set of facts. The city will always work to make information readily available to its citizens, and the citizens have an equal responsibility to seek out the facts and do their homework on important issues. We'll continue to make communication and outreach a priority. In the past year, perhaps you stopped by our booth at one of the Uptown Marion markets or caught a glimpse of our float in the Swamp Fox Festival Parade. Maybe you connected with us via our website or our Facebook page or the mobile app, or read about the latest city news and information in the Marion Messenger, which is delivered quarterly to all Marion residents. A copy of our first annual report is on the table before you. This publication will be distributed to all Marion residents in the coming days. And looking ahead, this year starting in February, the City Council members have committed to holding office hours on Saturday mornings in City Hall. And I've asked the city staff to schedule a series of special work sessions in each of the 4 wards. So the council and staff will go to each ward to talk about projects and issues that concern the residents of those areas. In the area of finance, the city strives to maintain its AA1 bond rating, the highest possible bond rating for a city of our size. We're proud of this, and as it is an indication of our strong fiscal standing and helps us to secure lower interest rates on borrowed funds. The city is working to keep property tax rates as stable as possible, even as we grow and invest in needed infrastructure and enhance services to our citizens, while at the same time absorbing the impact of the reduced tax revenues from multifamily properties following the changes in state law. Today, our tax levy is lower than 10 years ago, and our debt service levy is consistent with rates 20 years ago. Behind me, you can see how your tax property bill is allocated among the various taxing entities. We're committed to continuing to provide high-quality services to our citizens in a cost-effective manner. And community development is an important component of our goal to be the best, and an area where Marion is leading and setting the standard for others to follow. In September 2015, Marion became the first city in the corridor and one of the first in the state to earn recognition as a Blue Zone certified community. Thanks to Sarah Manser and her team and more than 270 community volunteers, this effort engaged over 6,000 residents, logged over 3,000 hours, and achieved certification in an amazing 18 months. Together, as a community, we made significant strides in helping people transition to healthier behaviors that will lead to lower healthcare costs and a better quality of life. Christiane and I even got involved by teaching several Mediterranean cooking classes. Over 500 people took part in a variety of cooking classes. The certification is not an end goal for us, but rather a milestone in the journey to a healthier community. And because of this project, Marion again was in the lead. We now have nicotine-free parks and trails. We're home to the first high school in the nation and the world to achieve school designation. Way to go, Marion High School. And all Linn elementary schools achieved the designation, as well as the City of Marion and a number of Marion businesses. And we now have a community garden where all of the produce is donated to the churches of Marion Food Pantry. We're so proud of these achievements. Others are taking notice of our leadership role in community health and well-being. In June, Marion was the only city to receive the 2015 Large City Healthy Iowa Award from the Iowa Department of Public Health and the Healthiest State Initiative. And Marion was an active partner in the Planning Healthy Iowa Communities Linn County Coalition, working to increase opportunities for physical activity and better nutrition, especially among low-income Linn County residents. The project, which received a $135,000 grant, will be a model for cities and counties across the state. When it comes to safe communities, Marion sets the standards. Of course, our police department is legendary. And for the 15th year in a row, Marion was recognized as one of the safest cities in Iowa. We're proud of that. The Marion Fire Prevention Bureau connected with over 10,000 residents and events such as classroom visits, community events, tours, and programs. And for the third year, the fire department hosted the Citizens Fire Academy, giving residents the opportunity to learn more about firefighting and the inner workings of the Marion Fire Department. And the department, in partnership with Marion Township, purchased 2 new pumper trucks last year, expanding its ability to protect our people and their property. As Marion continues to grow, so does the need for properly staffed and distributed fire and emergency response forces. The growth to the north, coupled with increased call volumes, makes Fire Station number 3 now a necessity. In the coming year, land acquisition and a plan for development of this fire station will be on the agenda, with construction expected in 2017. The Building Inspection Department finished 2015 having issued 3,245 permits and completing 12,000 inspections. As our city grows, the Marion Water Department is meeting the challenge of ensuring a dependable water supply to accommodate our needs well into the future. The department and its board of trustees are working on identifying viable and safe water sources. This is so important for the future growth and prosperity of our town. And we have begun our planning now rather than wait until we encounter shortages. And that's exactly what our water board is doing while taking care of our current needs. In the past year, they painted the elevated water tower at Lindale Drive and complete with our new logo, and installed a new pump at well number 6, among other things. And our Public Services Department works day in and day out to maintain the city's infrastructure. According to our biannual citizen survey, our snow removal and salt sand program continues to be one of the city's outstanding services. But beyond this, the department is looking to the future and finding ways to make Marion a leader in sustainability. The department is developing plans for an eco-industrial park with new public services facilities that will incorporate renewable energy and alternative fuel systems. And we continue to be progressive when it comes to solid waste management and resource recovery. Our goal is to become a zero waste community and we have identified a path to get there. In the area of transportation and infrastructure, we continue to work on better connectivity and improved streets network to accommodate our growing city. Although altogether last year, private developers invested in roads, sanitary sewer, and stormwater infrastructure a total of $5.3 million. And the engineering department's capital improvements project spending totaled around $4.5 million. Many projects were completed in the last year, as you can see on the screen. An increased partnership with local developers last year allowed us to accomplish projects such as the Irish Drive extension, providing the south entrance into Lau Park, and the widening of 29th Avenue. And then there's the Marion Central Corridor project that we've been working on for a while. This is where we see the importance of planning. Reinventing this corridor was at the top of our citizens list. The completion of 6th Avenue as a second main thoroughfare parallel to 7th Avenue will diffuse heavy traffic and make our central business district safer, more walkable, and attractive for retail, commercial, and residential uses. As part of this project this year, we will move forward in a big way with the construction of the long-awaited roundabout at 7th Avenue and 7th Street, and we'll see a new stretch of 6th Avenue from 13th to 31st Streets as part of this project. Work in other main corridors of the city this year will also include the mini roundabout at 29th Avenue and 35th Street, with construction to begin in April to improve the safety of that intersection. And additional sections of Tower Terrace Road could move forward this year, helping to create an important connection between 10th Street and C Avenue in Cedar Rapids. In addition to the Central Corridor project and the Tower Terrace Road corridor, a new major transportation asset came on the scene in 2015 as the City of Marion purchased the runway and fixed base operations building of the Marion Airport. This helped to ensure that the airport, when expanded and improved, will remain a community asset with the potential of becoming an important economic development tool as a general aviation airport on the east end of the metro area. The city has already received one grant and can apply for additional funding through the Iowa Department of Transportation. While the city will own the runways, the operations of the airport, its charter services, flight training, fuel sales, and maintenance operations will be managed by private operators. Marion is again setting the standard, as this public-private partnership will become a model for other cities to replicate. Recreation and culture are another area that sets Marion apart from other cities. Our public library continues to achieve higher levels of participation in its programs year after year, and has become one of the busiest libraries in the state of Iowa, with circulation and visitor numbers similar to cities much larger in size. The library not only serves our large population of children, but it also has established itself as an adult community and cultural center with increased participation in adult programming. As you're aware, the Library Board has been diligently exploring next steps for the library to continue to be a community asset through public-private partnership and a proposed mixed-use development. Recently, the board shared conceptual drawings of a potential mixed-use development that would result in a larger library able to accommodate our growing city well into the future, while putting valuable land into taxable use and generating tax revenue to support future library operations. A proposal is expected later this year. And we're designing our community for active lifestyles for people of all ages. Our Parks and Recreation Department maintains 600 acres of public ground, including parks, trails, athletic and recreational facilities, and has significant impact on the quality of life in our city. We're proud that through their efforts, Marion again achieved for the 26th year the Tree City USA Growth Award for excellence in managing our urban forest. Many of the department's existing programs saw record participation in 2015. More than 20 new programs and events were created, giving people of all ages new opportunities to get out and get active. On any given Saturday throughout the summer, 80 to 100 residents come to Lau Park for sunrise yoga. 3,146 people participated in the park department's programs last year. The Arts and Environment Center had more than 37,000 visitors, and the Klopfenstein Amphitheater saw nearly 5,100 visitors, and that number will grow this year as we increase the programming offered there. In the past year, the city's third splash pad located at Gill Park opened for business, and new outdoor fitness equipment was installed along the existing trail at Hannah Park. And we recently announced our newest park, Waldo's Rock Park. Thanks to a generous donation from Waldo Morris, the 7.4 acres of land adjacent to Marion Enterprise Center features a glacial erratic boulder formation. That's basically a big rock, which will provide unique learning and recreational opportunities for all ages. It's really cool. And another component of the city's master trails plan was completed last year with the construction of the Highway 13 trail underpass. This will allow Marion's trail system to be connected with the Grantwood Trail. To date, Marion has received more than $10 million in grant funding for trails. With this, we'll see visible improvements in our trails network in the coming years. And this year, we'll also see significant progress on the long-awaited development of the new Marion YMCA, a community recreation center project. Our community has outgrown the existing Marion Y, a 35,000 square foot facility built in 1963. The new Y is the largest project to come out of the Imaginate community visioning process started in 2009. The 89,000 square foot facility will be built through a partnership between the city and the YMCA on 13 acres along Tower Terrace Road and Winslow Road. The multi-purpose facility will be designed as a hub to meet the social, recreation, wellness, and education needs of residents and employers in Marion as well as surrounding communities. We're grateful to our friends at Farmers State Bank for recognizing the importance of this project and kicking off the fundraising effort with a generous lead gift. Please join me in thanking them. Another major focus of our drive to be the best will be our Uptown District and the Imagine Art in the Alleys project. Marion was recognized on a national stage with its selection for $350,000 in grant funding for this unique and innovative project. Through the grant, city funding, and private donations, the project will be completed in 2016 and will transform our Uptown alleys into new community gathering spaces where art, culture, dining, and entertainment will all come to life. This is a great example of how cooperation and collaboration can achieve great things for our community. Thank you to everyone who played a role in this project. Uptown Marion is one of our greatest assets. We saw a number of success stories in Uptown last year, and yes, we had to say goodbye to several long-standing Uptown businesses. But overall, we're seeing this historic district in the heart of our community transforming itself and reinventing itself as a cultural, entertainment, and business district. Here are just some of the success stories in the past year. The beautiful renovation of Memorial Hall and the opening of Alley Gallery, expansion of Ramsey's Wine Bistro. The Marion Maid celebrated its 30th anniversary recently with a refreshed interior and exterior. In just a few days, the Giving Tree Theater, a live theater and performance venue, will celebrate its 1-year anniversary. And we look forward to many positive developments, including Another Road Brewery's expansion and the opening of Uptown Snug. This spring and summer, facade work will begin on 7 Uptown buildings, thanks to a $500,000 community development block grant from the Iowa Economic Development Authority and partnership with local building owners. Since becoming a Main Street Iowa district in 2013, we surpassed the $5 million mark with $6.8 million in private investments through building acquisitions, rehabilitations, and new construction projects. And we expect to see increased interest in mixed-use development in the Uptown, adding to its vibrancy. When it comes to industry and commerce, the City of Marion collaborates with the Marion Chamber of Commerce and the Marion Economic Development Corporation and a number of regional partners to help make Marion an exceptional place to live and do business. After several years of focused investment in critical community infrastructure and land development, several large business expansions are nearing completion. For 8 local businesses shown on the screen, this adds up to more than $30 million in capital investment, 63 new jobs, and 201 existing jobs retained. In addition, 26 other new businesses made Marion their home in the last 24 months. Among the most notable changes to Marion's landscape in recent months has been the relocation of Marion Iron to Marion Industrial Center. The new 18-acre facility replaces the metal recycler's 6.5-acre location on either side of 7th Avenue and paves the way for redevelopment of land in the central corridor to higher and better uses as a commercial, residential, and entertainment hub. The redevelopment that could take place in this corridor alone would have a transformative effect on our city. Talk about great opportunities. My friends, you decide. Is Marion headed in a positive direction? I believe we are. We have so much to be proud of. We're keeping up with the demands of a growing city, providing excellent services, expanding and diversifying our tax base, attracting investment, innovating, and achieving leadership status in so many areas. And we're doing these things in a planful, deliberate, and collaborative way. This is what has come to characterize Marion. Marion is reaching higher in everything we do. You can sum it up in those two words, reaching higher. And this brings us to our community branding initiative. I was pleased to be involved in our community branding process that took place a year ago. More than 1,200 residents and the schools, and business owners, and city staff all took part and weighed in with a hard look at what makes Marion exceptional. Thank you to all who participated in developing our brand. It took a lot of time and a lot of work, but I think the results are phenomenal. They went through the process of identifying what it is that makes Marion special. And this culminated in the adoption of our brand, the best place in Iowa and the Midwest to raise a family and grow a business. This says it all. What sets us apart? In Marion, we reach higher and achieve more in business and in life. This brand statement is accompanied by an action plan, logo designs that now you're seeing on the water tower, in our street banners, and other city materials. And of course, then the tagline, reach higher. Reach higher, I love that tagline. Many cities have brands, logos, and taglines, but Marion's is unique. It's not merely descriptive, it's proactive, it's aspirational, it's a call to action, and it speaks to everyone. So if you're a Marion resident, reach higher. Take time to learn about your city, get to know your neighbors, become engaged in your community. Believe that Marion can be the best place for families and businesses. Learn about what's going on and what we have to offer here. Volunteer on boards and commissions here. Give back, promote positivity and openness to new initiatives. Contribute your ideas, vision, and expertise to help move our community towards achieving our common goals. Reach higher. If you're a city employee, staff, or council member, you're doing a great job. You are our greatest assets, but we can always do better. Starting with the mayor, I'm no exception. Work even harder, work smarter, and always, always take the initiative to do a little more than expected. You're the face of our city to citizens and people doing business here. We're counting on you. Aspire to greatness. Put a little extra effort in everything you do and help our city stand out and provide excellent services. Reach higher. And if you're designing, planning, building, or working on any project in Marion, whether it's a house, a condo, a church, a commercial or residential building, a school, even a street, reach higher. Please don't give us what's good enough. Think about curb appeal. We expect your best. Please give us your best. Marion deserves your best, your most creative, most attractive, and most special work. Dream a little bigger and give us a little extra effort. Reach higher. And if you're a business located in Marion, reach higher. Believe in Marion, believe in its potential, and help us to tell our story. Approach new initiatives with positive why not attitudes rather than what for attitudes. Keep an open mind to the possibilities and contribute your ideas and vision to helping us reach our goals and prosper. We're all in this together. Reach higher. If you're looking for a place to locate your family and your business, consider Marion. Here you'll have great opportunities to achieve your goals. Take advantage of our great neighborhoods, safe environment, awesome quality of life, educated workforce, and the collaborative, can-do attitude of our city government and the organizations that serve our residents and businesses. Reach higher, achieve more in business and in life. You see, in Marion, the sky is not the limit. I want to end on this note. Just as the young boy in my story experienced changes that presented him with new opportunities, so too will change bring tremendous opportunities for the city of Marion. And it's up to us to decide what to do with these opportunities. The sky is not the limit. And not every opportunity or idea is going to be the right one for our city. And we're not going to agree on everything. But here's the important thing to remember. How we deal with our challenges and differences of opinion will tell the world who we are as a community. Outsiders watch us and see how we treat each other. Do we allow issues to divide us, or do we listen to each other, try to understand each other, and work together to find common ground wherever it exists and a way forward for the greater good? We are all on the same team. We accomplish so much more when we work together. I have great hope for Marion because I believe in the people we have here. People make this city what it is. I hope you all agree that it's a great time to be living in Marion. I'm very enthusiastic about the future and look forward to celebrating many successes for our community as we all reach higher together. Thank you.